Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday evening, we are going to read from the same 48th chapter of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna by Swami Ishatmananda, and the name of the chapter In the Company of Devotees at Shampukur. Master Mahasaya, he was visiting in different days, and whatever was happening, he was recording all those. So let us begin with this mantra. Tavo kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriritam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatatam bhuvi grinanti e bhurida janaha. We know that the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was sick and he was taking the treatment. The doctors were coming, different doctors. They're coming, they're treating him, suggesting the medicine, things were going on. At the same time, many devotees, they were coming. Devotees means those who like to know about God. The devotion towards God, bhakti, that is very, very rare. But at least some curiosity, some type of attraction towards God. So that is almost everywhere in all people. So they used to come. Some were really, really devoted to the Lord, and they were serving like the Master Mahasaya himself, the Mahendranath, the Gupta, and also the other people. But there were the people like Dr. Sharkar and others who were just inquiring about religion, curious about religion. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he mentioned there are 4 types of devotees. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana. Arto, jiggashu, artharti, jnani cha bharatarshava. The artha, he is sick, so he wants some help. So if providence help, that's good. So he was thinking that can I go and pray? One type of devotee. They're also serving God, but for their own purpose, own selfish motive. Jigyashu, curious, just to know. He's not very sincere, but not very serious about realizing God. But okay, let us go and see. Artha Jigyashu, Artharthi. They want money and success. So that also, this type of people also go and they like to get the blessings of God. And but finally, Jnani, he really wants to know God. When they really know God, then what happens? They become God themselves. And what is God? Of course, there is a opinion, you cannot become Ishvara, who is creating, preserving, and dissolving this creation. But you can become God by merging with God or having other powers of God. So this God is full of love, full of joy, full of happiness, without any desire. This is the conception, this is the idea. Majority of the people, almost all the people, whatever may be the religion, they like to go to God for what? So they will be safe. Safe from what? From difficulties, torture, suffering. So in Sanskrit they say, Atyantik dukkha nivritti, the complete cessation of suffering. When you are suffering, different type of sufferings are there. So, but your sufferings will be complete, over, if you realize God. But what is God? Again, God is nothing but unselfishness, and that manifests through love. The God is love. Then how can you love others when you are failures, others are successful? still you can love. That is the knowledge. When you know that all that is happening around me, some are successful, some are not, some are suffering, some, all this is nothing but the drama that is going on, everyone is playing its own part, then there will be no suffering. So, this is the way. The religion is nothing but the knowledge of the truth, and truth is this: all that we see, though it is so difficult to believe even, that God is all powerful and God is doing everything. It can do anything and everything. A group of people came. Along with that, there was a gentleman who wrote some books. Our Master Mahashaya, the recorder, he was not knowing his name, so he mentioned over here author. Author means he authored a book, he wrote a book, so that way. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna told, then the author mentioned, Sir, Radha and Krishna are themselves the Supreme Brahman. That is true. Radha and Krishna is nothing but Supreme Brahman. In many places in the Hindu scripture, they say that God wanted to enjoy. And how to enjoy? He is all alone. So he thought, Eka aham bahu shyamavihi. I am alone, let me be maybe many. And when become many, then only different type of conflicts comes, competition comes, then naturally things goes a nice way. So let me be many. He became many. That is one way they said. The moment he thought, he became, because he is all powerful. Another, they said that God made himself half woman, half man. Ardha Nari Ishvara. The Ishvara, the God, half is that male, half the female. Then they became the husband and wife, created this universe like that. Why they say like that? Because this is only God was there. So from where the creation will come? From God only. Friends, why I am telling this? It's not only that I am telling, I am also reminding myself that there is nothing but God. The person who is giving me the suffering or torturing me, insulting me, is nothing but God. And another person who is coming and helping me, supporting me, encouraging me, is God. So each and everything is going on, happening because God. If we can truly realize this, then there is no suffering. Because all this drama is going on. A time will come, everything will be over. As we go to see the movie, there are so many conflicts and so many things happening, and we go carried away with the story. What you see in the movie, on the screen, for the 3 hours, we are carried away. Then after that, when they say, okay, movie is over, we get up, we come out at the same place from where we entered, the same place we are coming out. Things were the same. What we saw in 3 hours and that inside the room is nothing but movie. That is moving. And somebody created that much. This life is nothing but that. When one can truly understand, that's called Jnani. Tasmad Jnani Bhava Arjuna. The Krishna, he said, therefore, O Arjuna, become a Jnani. When we become a Jnani, a man who knows and never suffer, because he knows that whatever is happening is all temporary, things will change, everything will be all right. So this, what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said. This man, when he commented like that, the Radha and Krishna is the supreme, apparently it was all right, but whether he was really believing it or not. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he immediately mentioned, that is good, but you must remember that everything is possible for God. So when we are not believing that, then what happens? Though God may not do this, then we start complaining on others. Now, one thing we should be very clear of, then when we are in this practical life, I'm using the word practical because this is what is happening. I have to react in a proper way according to the situation. Suppose the enemy is coming to kill me. Then if I stand and say, though I am not really realized, as because I am afraid that I won't be fight back the enemy, then I philosophized. Oh, no, the Swami was telling that everything is nothing but the drama. Let him come and do whatever. No, that should not be. You have to stand up and fight back. Because this moment, this is the thing that I must know and I must do. In reality, this is nothing. In practical level, one thing, and in real life, another thing. So in reality, how it is possible? When we were children, we were in the school, the small students, we were competing each other in the classroom that I have to compete so that I will become first, I will become second, I will get the good marks. And also in the social life, I should do this, I should have that. All these things, then afterwards, when you grow up, when you see the other children are doing like that, what do you feel? Oh, that is all nothing. All that they are doing afterwards, they are going to end up over here only. So these all happen. You have seen, and you are not carried away. And the children are so excited, they cannot sleep in the night. What question will come in the exam? They do not know. Then if I am not getting good marks, what will happen? As an elderly person, you know everything will be all right. If you are not getting good marks, something else you will do, that's all. You are not going to die. Things will be like this. So this is the way we realize in our own life. But when we are in that flow, when we are in that, we have to act accordingly. That is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Ma Sharadamani Devi both said in Bengali, Jokhon Jamon, Tokhon Temon. According to the situation, you have to react. When you are there, you have to behave accordingly. And whom you are dealing with, that is also necessary. Jar sange jamon, tar sange temon. Some people, if you go and show your humbleness, your courtesy, your gentleness, they think you are a weak person. Then go on torturing you. You have to behave accordingly. So this is the way, this is the dharma goes. So when we are studying the scripture, particularly the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, in a very practical way, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is living, teaching, at the same time taking our mind to the higher truth, which is the real truth, which never changes. And that is, don't forget that you must remember that everything is possible for God. When he says this, when you hear this, then what happens? Is it possible? First question comes. That means you don't have the faith in the existence of God. So you have to have the faith in the existence of God who is all powerful. How it is possible? Examples from the life. There are people who were not actually, sometimes we see that a mother and a little small baby, a passing train, a train is passing the mother and they wanted to cross perhaps. They fell and the train passed over them. People thought they are dead. When the train went away, they found, well, the baby is unhurt, simply lying over there. Nothing has happened to. And the mother, of course, some of the bruises here and there, not much. How you will explain that? So this is the way sometimes we see it, things happen. So when God is protecting you, even when you are supposed to die, you are not dead. When you are supposed to have the failure, you are not failure because God is there. So this is the way the faith comes. The greatest example we always remember, the followers of the Ramakrishna Vivekananda, that when Swami Vivekananda came, he was only 29 years old young man. And he said only one sentence in his address, and that is so famous. Almost all the Indians, they remember, sisters and brothers of America. And what was there? But still, whole scenario changed. Everything changed. The huge continent, that is India and other the countries, the awakening came. They stood up. They demanded their freedom. Things changed completely. They got freedom. How it is possible? Then the faith came. Yes, if the God wants, it is possible. He was not invited. He was not having any credential. Even then, all things became all right for him, and he came, delivered the lecture, and now it's a myth, it's a history. Yes, Swami Vivekananda. So this, after that, we can, oh, yeah, it's possible. We can have the faith in the existence of God. So when we see this type of miracles, we call it miracles, but nothing but the power of God. In the life of Sri Krishna, there are so many miracles. Why? I think the Sri Krishna's, the Tithi Puja is coming, your birthday is coming, the coming Sunday. Why Krishna was showing so many power before everyone? Because he wanted to bring down the idea the God is living only in the heaven somewhere. No, God can manifest in human form also. That was the teaching he wanted to give. That's called avatar. So God, that supreme being, has come in the form of human being. Now we'll come to that. Why I am mentioning this? Because some people, they don't believe that God can be in the human form. Like our Dr. Sharkar constantly objecting. Why? He is not having the clear idea of God. God is all powerful. Nothing is impossible for him. Everything is possible. If you ask me what Brahman is like, all I can say it is that. But if you like to talk about that, you won't be able to describe exactly because your conception, your idea won't be able to give the complete idea of God. But you are the creation of God. You are created by God. You cannot imagine how big God is. That's why sometimes some people, when they say God eat this type of food, I always think how they knew it. Someone told them God only made this form. God is only that form. God is not having any form. He can have form. He can have name. He can have anything. Who are you to restrict? That is the idea. Why people say like this? Because they don't have idea about God. They think whatever I have thought, it is God, but that is also blasphemy. You can say this is about God, this much I know. That you can say. But you cannot say with the conviction, this is God and nothing else. That means you don't know God. God can be this, God can be that, God can be anything. So that conception, all this idea that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when he mentioned, that is good, but you must remember that everything is possible for God means the conception should be very, very clear. I think God eats this way. I think God looks like this way. I think God can do this way. Everything is good for you. But don't call that is the end. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in a very unique way, in his own language, he said, Ishwarer iti haina. Iti. Iti, the word iti means end. So when we used to write the letter in the Bengali, people used to say iti. That means up to this. This is the end of the letter. And Ishar, about the Lord, about the God, you cannot say iti is the end. So you cannot say like that. Nothing exists beside it. About the Brahman, you use the word Brahman, so you use the word it, not he or she. It is the consciousness. That nothing exists beside that. It is only that consciousness up to this. Now, Master Mashe giving another the day. It was Saturday, October 31st, and 1885. I am reading from the page 920. Hariballabh Bose, a cousin of Balaram, he came to Sri Ramakrishna. So we perhaps read this. He saluted the master respectfully. This is immediately after that, Master Moshe giving the background of the Hariballabh. Hariballabh was the government pleader at Cuttack. Cuttack is a very famous city in Odisha, state of Odisha. He did not approve of Balaram's visiting the master, especially with the ladies of the family. Balaram had said to his cousin, "You had better meet him first, then you can say whatever you like." Now, in those days, it was a very traditional society, and aristocratic family ladies, girls, they never used to go out to the mill and other people like that, only within their family and related people. So this gentleman, Hariballabh, he was not liking that Balaram Bose, he is taking all the ladies, members of the family, to meet one gentleman. For him, he was a gentleman. So obviously he was disliking, why he should take like that. Then as Balaram said, you better come and meet the gentleman and then you decide. He knew immediately he will be converted, he will understand that Sri Ramakrishna is not a human, he is God himself. So this is happening. God can do anything and everything. God is all powerful. We have read that, and now we are getting that example of that. This gentleman never liked it. So naturally, in one line Master Masha has mentioned, we can imagine that there was maybe some quarrel in the family, and one of the male member, and he was an attorney of the government. You can imagine in those days, it was the British rule, and he was so powerful in those days. When he says something that carries weight, and he is mentioning our family ladies should not go to meet an unknown person, Dakshineswar. Why you are taking him? That he is asking his brother. His brother told, you better go and meet like this. Now in this situation, he has come to check what actually is happening. When he came, presently the master and Hariballabh became engaged in conversation. Sri Ramakrishna, can you tell me how I shall get well? He is an advocate, but Sri Ramakrishna is asking about how I will get well. Just to start break the what's called the ground, so that other conversation will come. The Sri Ramakrishna knew that he is not a doctor, but he is just asking, can you please tell me? And do you think this is a serious illness? Then the Haraballabh said, the doctors can tell you better than I about that. Sri Ramakrishna, when the women, now that is over. Sri Ramakrishna wanted to know how he will be well, but he never meant it. It just started the conversation. Look at it. He was there, he could understand the psychology. Now a gentleman has come, and he is not like the Indians as we think. In India, whether you know him or not, we start the conversation. Hey, who are you? Where from you are coming? This, that, and like that. But in the Britishers particularly, unless you are introduced, they won't start conversation. They won't talk. That is their system. Sri Ramakrishna knew this man won't talk, he will be sitting over there. So he just broke that ground only to start the conversation. How? Just like a simple person, he was asking, do you think I will be cured? He said, doctor will say that. Next sentence Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, sir, the devotees, the women take the dust of my feet. I say to myself that they are saluting God who dwells inside me. I look at it in that way. Just a few lines before our Master Masha mentioned, he never liked that the lady members, the women members of their family should visit this man. Sri Ramakrishna, the second sentence, he took up, and how the lady is coming and touching my feet, and I think myself, no, they are not touching my feet. Actually, they are touching the feet of God, the God who is residing within me. Look at it. How excellent way he was giving him the message that I am not accepting this pranam, not this body, but the consciousness which has manifested within me in a much, much more better way than any other people. They are coming to that. So when you think that these ladies are going to that person, it is not a person. So he mentioned in that. Immediately, the Hariballabh, now this man is mentioning, you are a holy man. All should take the dust of your feet. What harm is there in that? Completely changed. He came to inquire. Now look at it. Now completely changed. God can do anything and everything. God is all powerful. So this is the mind, how he is changing. He never said anything else. So simple word. Yeah, can I become all right? Oh, sir, I cannot save. Doctor will be. When the women are coming, not your family, the women are coming. They are touching. And they are not touching me. They are touching the God. But that man immediately, he is supporting him. Do you think this is so easy? Try. A person who, what he is thinking, if you try to change his mind, it is so difficult. Even you won't be able to change the mind of your own children. When they are thinking in this way, they are stubborn. It's so difficult. But Sri Ramakrishna, just in one sentence, this man changed. I shall certainly, then he said, you may speak in that way about sages like Dhruva, Prahlada, Narada, Kapila. But who am I? Please come again. He is showing the humbleness, but at the same time giving the indication. The Dhruva, Kapila, etc., the very holy souls that in our mythology do we know them. So about that it is possible. About me, then this man is thinking, no, you are also like that. So there is no doubt. Then please come again. Haraballabh, I shall certainly come because you attract me. Prince, these lines of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, if you read, apparently it is so simple. See, in these 4 or 5 lines that you are reading, have you noticed how a doubtful person becoming a faithful. That is called the miracle. The avatara, this time in the modern age, the Supreme Lord who has taken the form of Sri Ramakrishna and who is nothing but in the same line of Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, now he is also fighting the evil not with the bow and arrow, not with the Sudarshana, not killing them or abolishing them completely. He is transforming them. So this is the power of the present avatara. He is not killing them, but he is transforming them. And this transformation, it is possible when God is giving the touch in your thought process is changing, your idea is becoming clear, and you are feeling, yes, God is there, God can be in the human form. You are believing at that very moment and immediately. You don't have to urge me. Hariballabh was about to depart. He saluted Sri Ramakrishna and was going to take the dust of Master's feet. When Sri Ramakrishna moved his feet away, he wanted to touch his feet, Sri Ramakrishna moved it. When I think that if you visualize the scene, you can understand how the power of God is acting. But Hariballabh persisted, and he took the dust of Sri Ramakrishna's feet again, the latter's wish, against the latter's wish. When he stood up, Sri Ramakrishna stood up too, to show him courtesy. The Sri Ramakrishna said to him, Balaram feels unhappy because I don't go to his house. Now, he is coming to the point. Balaram feels unhappy. Balaram is his brother. So obviously he was not happy with Balaram's the way bringing the family and then inviting him to his family. So he is mentioning, Balaram feels unhappy because I don't go to his house. I thought of visiting you all there one day. But then I was afraid you might say to Balaram, who asked him to come here? Now direct. And then he said, Hariballabh said, who has been telling you things? Please don't let such a thought enter your mind. Hariballabh departed. Sri Ramakrishna to aim. Now friends, again we have to remember, everything is predestined. Everything was determined, how things will happen. Like a writer is writing all characters and what type of dialogue should be there, behavior should be there, almost like that. Sri Ramakrishna mentioning to Master Mahashaya. This is a devotee of God. Why else would he have forcibly take the dust of my feet? I told you the other day that in Samadhi, I repeat, in Samadhi, I had seen Dr. Sharkar and another person. He is the other person, so he has come. Sri Ramakrishna knew that Dr. Sharkar will come and Dr. Sharkar won't accept him in the beginning and he will argue, things will happen like this. Along with Dr. Sharkar, he already saw another person, but he was not sure about his name and identity, but he knew, he visualized, he saw that this person will come. Now it's confirmed, this is the another person. Friends, when we think that, oh, this is I am doing, it is not. It is already done. Moyi purvameva, moyi vaite niyata purvameva. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna mentioned to Arjuna. Arjuna was resisting. He was saying that I am not going to fight because why should I kill my people? But he said, I have already killed them. Mayaivaite nihata purvameva. Before nihata killed, I have already killed them. Nimitta matra bhava sabbasachin. Sabbasachi, another name of Arjuna. You become just nimitta. I am just using you for that. So you become a hero. God has already done. So when we do something and very successfully we do, we become very happy. The society will give us the recognition, and sometimes the state will give you the honor. And it's I have done. No, it is already done. You were only put over there, only to take that. And if we start thinking, I have done, then you won't get the blessings of God. This is the difference. You can always say, I have done, I have done, I have done. And after that, what will happen? You will go away from God. This teaching we find in one of the Upanishads, and they give in a story form when the gods and the demons, they were having the fight. And in one fight, the gods, they vanquished the demons, they defeated them, drove them away, and after that they were enjoying. They were having the party in the modern way, you can say. And they were enjoying that. Suddenly, and the Indra was telling, did you notice that? How I was beating those people, how I killed those? And the fire god and the wind god and all gods, they were all patting their own and then also others. They were enjoying. Suddenly one unknown person appeared in the door. Indra noticed him and said, the king of fire, Agni Devata, can you please go and inquire? He could not say why that man is there, drive him away. But no, he had his personality. You must have to respect him. So that was the personality. Obviously, the king of God, the Indra, couldn't say anything. He asked Agni Devata to go and inquire about that person. Agni Devata came and he said, hey, who are you? Well, that is afterwards I will. But who are you? Oh my God, you don't know me? I am the god of fire. But is it? So what is your power? I can burn the whole world. Well, is it? Achha, let me test you. See, unknown person coming and asking the fire god in this way, how the reaction? But fire god could not say anything. He kept a straw before them and said, burn this straw. That means he was having so much of personality, so much of power, that whatever he is asking the Agni Devata was compelled to do that. Hey, who are you to test me? You are taking the examination like that? I will burn you. No, not like that. When he said, he obeyed. He tried to burn that straw. He couldn't do that. He became humble. He went back. Then he reported, I couldn't do this. It must be a different type of person. But immediately, the king of he was the king of the gods, so naturally ego is more. He said, no, maybe that you failed. Anyway, Vayu Devata, that's the god of air. Will you go? And he was too happy, because this is the time he could say that I am powerful than the Agni. So he went, the same question, who are you? And then same way, can you? I can fly anything, I am so powerful. Try this. He couldn't do anything. So when he came back, then the Indra thought he is not an ordinary person. So let me go. Oh my God. To humble the god, the king of the gods, he vanished from there. He never met him even. They were, at least, they went and talked and met, but he never met him. Indra was confused of what is happening. Then one lady form came, suddenly appeared, and it is Uma. That is the first name comes in the Upanishad, the Uma. And she told, you are taking all the pride and boasting, thinking that it is your power, you fools. You do not know the Supreme Being acted through you. The whole story is to tell us that whatever is happening, our failure, our success, all is because of the God. But what then we will do? We should be like Arjuna. That is all the story is, only to encourage us. As long as we are in the human form in this body, and very luckily we have got this human form, and then by the blessings of God we have got some idea about the religion and the great conception about Sri Ramakrishna ideology, then we should not misuse this, or whatever the time that is there in our hand, we should try to understand and reach to the end of it. But that is the goal of religion. That is why all this reading and discussion. The God is the doer, and I am blessed the God is doing through me. God is the doer, and He has chosen me to do that. He could choose anyone, but He has chosen me. So I am happy that I am doing this. This realization humbles us, but gives us a great joy. God has chosen me. I am a chosen. He chose very few only, but I am that, one of that. I am chosen. This is not ego, but self-confidence. As finally the Lord Jesus said, I the Son of God. Tremendous confidence. Yes, I am the Son of God. The same way, if we can say, we are the children of immortality. Yes, of course. Then your narrowness and all small thing will go away. You will be really a very wonderful personality, full of love and happiness. No negative things. Negative means you are not successful in your spiritual life. When you are thinking, though, I have not got this, that means a long way you have to go. Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us by this way. He saw two persons, one was Dr. Sharkar, another was this Aravallabh. Those who will not accept him then ultimately will be his disciples and devotees. So Sri Ramakrishna said to the master that this is this. And yes, sir, undoubtedly he is a bhakta. Master Mahasaya, he is telling, yes, sir, he is undoubtedly. Sri Ramakrishna, how guileless he is. Now he is praising him because the moment he realized that this is the truth, Sri Ramakrishna is really a holy person, immediately he accepted, immediately he bowed down. So Sri Ramakrishna is appreciating, and that is the character of a bhakta. In the beginning he is doubtful, in the beginning he is asking question, but the moment he is satisfied by the grace of God again, then he becomes humble and guileless. Master Moshe went to Dr. Sharkar's house to report Sri Ramakrishna's condition. The doctor talked to him about Sri Ramakrishna, Mohima Charan and the other devotees. Doctor, Mohima Charan didn't bring the book he promised to show me. He said he has forgotten all about it. It is quite possible. I am forgetful too. Master Mahasaya, he has read a great deal. Doctor, then why he is in such a plight? See, as if today, as we talk among our known people among the group, is exactly like that. So 100 years before also, at the time of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and those who saw him, met him, talked with him, when they are meeting among themselves, also talking in the same way. We are not talking about others. And among the groups, oh, why he is not regularly coming? Why he said like that? It becomes like a family. We like to see that everyone is perfect, but at the same time, people are having their own journey. The moment you become perfect, you are still. There is no movement. And you have already gone to the goal. So naturally, things will be completely different. But when we are on the way, this type of conversation, Dr. Sharkar is mentioning the why Mahimacharan, he promised but he didn't bring, okay, so maybe the forgetfulness. Then when he said he has read, then if he has read so much, why he is having the conflict? Dr. Sharkar don't like to appreciate that. Then referring to the master, doctor said, Master Sri Ramakrishna, he said, what will a man accomplish with mere bhakti? He needs jnana too. Now, one person, Arvallabh, and now again this Dr. Sharkar, is hard nut to crack. So it's very difficult. So obviously, so again and again the doubt is coming in his mind. But he is a blessed soul, as because Bhagavan, he is not leaving him. Well, if you don't believe, go away. It doesn't matter. Whether we believe God or not, it doesn't matter at all. It is ourselves that we should have to understand why we are suffering. Because of our desire. What type of desire? These worldly things. And worldly things can never be better. Impossible. You cannot do that. One is accomplished, another will come. You have completed that, another will come. We have seen in the life of our great-grandfathers, in the fathers, grandfathers, in everyone's life, but still we think, I will be able to do that. And that is called Maya. I am never ever going to finish. It is not possible because this world cannot give us the complete happiness. The Swami Vivekananda's poems are there. If you read those poems, the beautiful book is there. In one book, all poems are there. And there are not many, but a small book, excellent poems are there. And there he is mentioning, this world, nothing can give it to you. So the moment you understand that, then maybe that we are in the household, we are the monk, or we are student, wherever we are, we can decide, oh, this is going to happen like this, let me continue. Then there is no problem. I like to marry, no problem. I don't like to, okay, then I decide. I like to live my life in this way, that is also okay. So this is the decision becomes easy, and then I say, I'm happy, whatever I have done, I'm not regretting anything. So this is the life that we should understand. Master Moshe, why the master say the bhakti comes after jnana? Bhakti comes after jnana. But his conception of jnana and bhakti is quite different from yours. As Master Moshe was very close to Sri Ramakrishna, so he knew actually what he meant. This doctor was a well-read person and he was very intelligent, highly accepted in the society. You can imagine in those days, if you Google about him, you will know so many things he had. He had a great achievement. But even then, about the spiritual life, he was like a baby. He was not understanding. Jnana means he was thinking this, knowing that. When the devotees are coming and touching the feet, they may be carrying some germ, why they should do that. He was thinking in that way. The devotee is different than the people who are visiting and all that. But anyway, he was thinking in his own way. His jnana, his knowledge means some information. Nowadays, when you talk about the modern time, he is a man of knowledge, means he has a lot of information and he can remember that and he can quote that, something like that. But here is the knowledge doesn't mean that. Here is the knowledge means your conviction that God alone dwells and nothing else. Knowledge about the One, that is called knowledge. Realization about the One, that is called knowledge. And realization that many things are there is ignorance. And we think, I am a knowledgeable person, I know many things because I know so many things. Wrong. So they're completely different. Sometimes some people, they like to bring the science and spirituality together. I don't know how it is possible. Science means everything external. But when you are talking about the spirituality, it is completely different. But that can be science when you understand that. Science means the, as they call it, very spatial knowledge, perfect knowledge. What is the perfection? That within my body there is something about which I am not aware of, and that is my life. I know there is a life, but I have not seen it. I can't touch it. I can't change it. But it is there. As long as it is there, and I am only manipulating, keeping the body, the pressure and the oxygen, the blood flow, and these, that, it's all medical science. Whatever the best way it is possible, they have developed so that your life force retain over there. But young, strong people are also dying. Why? They were not having anything, but suddenly they are dead. So many accidents are happening. That the people, they were sleeping in the nice, wonderful bedrooms, and suddenly earthquake came, all that are gone. They were not traveling in difficult places. So why they are dead now? So we do not know what is happening. And you can say earthquake is earthquake because of the plates are moving. That is the knowledge that you can say. But why it is happening in my life? So obviously, we have to understand there is something beyond my knowledge, but that knowledge knows everything. That knowledge is known as God. In simple language, we say God. But the Hindus will say Brahman. And they Ishvara and Brahman. Ishvara is all pervasive consciousness. And that when he is doing things like creation and sustenance and dissolution is Ishvara or the Bhagavan, ittadi. That is the way we do. The Sri Ramakrishna, they were discussing about Sri Ramakrishna. Master Mahashaya, he is describing about this. Your jnana, your knowledge, and Sri Ramakrishna's knowledge are different. The doctor remained silent. Then he referred to the subject of divine incarnation. Doctor, what is this idea of divine incarnation? What is this taking the dust of a man's feet? Again came back to square one. So every time, so sometimes when we are reading, you get angry with the doctor. Hey, what is it? Why he is not understanding? Why again and again he is doubting? Suppose today Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna manifests before us, what will happen to us? We will become mad, so to say, and think the God is here. And millions will come only to see him, to hear him, and to forget about touching him. So people will become mad. This man, the Dr. Sharkar, he is there. He is meeting a living God, an all-powerful God in the human form. He is so kind to him again and again, though he is going and doubting and not agreeing with his ideas, even then he is so kind. Why it is? Again the drama. God wanted to show us through the character of Dr. Sharkar, the people have tremendous doubt. And when the doubt goes away, you are God. The moment the doubt goes away, you are God. And doubt going away means how? With a conviction, like Master Mahashaya. Master Mahashaya saw Sri Ramakrishna, and that is the reason he accepted. Like the Mathur Babu. Mathur Babu saw Sri Ramakrishna is nothing but Kali and Shiva. And that is the reason Mathur Babu accepted him. Whatever Sri Ramakrishna said, the very strong personality like Rani Rashmani, when we read about her, we think, my God, that lady, she had that courage. She was very strongly, in a bold way, she was debating with the Diden ruler, the Britishers, when the whole world was under their control, under the Britishers. And you can imagine the power. But she told, no, this is the thing. That lady became humble, like a little girl, and accepted all the words of Sri Ramakrishna. When Sri Ramakrishna said, this, the image I have broken, but that doesn't mean that you have to throw it away. And you can repair it and can worship, because we love that particular image. Why you have to throw and bring a new one? Other people, those who have not have the love for that, they don't know, you purchase another one. And it's nothing like this. This is love for that particular image. Sri Ramakrishna appreciated that, and he said, you can repair it and you can worship. And he gave an example. Suppose your son-in-law has broken his leg. Will you change your son-in-law for that? So obviously, a very strong argument, and Rani Rashmani accepted. Friends, when we are reading, we are thinking it is so easy. But this type of personalities, when they come and stand before you, it is not so easy. I have seen, I've met so many the great leaders. Apparently, this thing is just like any human. But if you go and stand before them, you can understand there's something special in him. And that is why thousands of people are listening to him. It's not so easy. The Sri Ramakrishna always mentioned that when many people are accepting one person, that means the power of God is working through him. Otherwise, why? But about that particular person, if he thinks, I am the one whom all people are obeying, again making the mistake. So ultimately, the bottom line, God is all powerful. And if he chooses someone to work for him, he should be humble, and humble only. Thank you, friends. We should stop over here, and we will start reading from this page again. Oh, is that a question?
First question today is by Jeremiah. Jeremiah is asking, would the master care if I used hemp in the worship of Shiva?
Say again, please.
Will the master Sri Ramakrishna care if Jeremiah is using hemp in the worship of Shiva?
Of course, it is very good. As a God in different names only. And why the Hindus are very intelligent. They have given different forms, different names, but it's the same God. Whether it is Shiva, whether it is Vishnu, whether it is Krishna, they are all same. But they have given you the choice. And if you like to choose this, it is no problem. You know that the mothers, they will give the baby little sugar, and they will give sometimes directly the sugar, baby is not liking. Then also, okay, now in the form of a candy, maybe he or she is not liking. Then in the form of an ice cream, then they accept, but ultimately they were accepting this. So this is like that. You accept any god or any goddess, they are all same. Thank you.
SM is asking, what is the difference between Jiva Daya and Jiva Seva? Part 2, is Seva without realization considered belief or bhava of God in everyone? Part 3, is that enough to lead you to Thakur and Ma?
The first one, that Jiva Daya and Jiva Sheva. So the word daya, you can imagine if you know the meaning of it. Daya means you are showing compassion, you are showing up, but you are not genuinely concerned about. But Sheba, you become humble. Of course, you are serving, of course, you are showing compassion and love, but with humbleness. One, same service with ego, another, same service without ego. This is the difference. And you can understand, without ego, you are God. With ego, you are separate from God. That is the difference. And second, the question was?
Is seva without realization?
The seva without realization means realization comes after practices. Now, you have believed the words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna or Swami Vivekananda, who said that the jivas that you see is nothing but the God, and it is not them only. It is the whole, the Upanishad, the Veda, they are mentioning this, that the jiva is nothing but the Shiva. So when you are thinking and performing, slowly, slowly, you will realize it. And the realization will come after the practices, genuine practices, with a very clear idea. This moment, I have not seen it, but I am believing it is true because Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, or the Upanishad said, the Jiva is Shiva, everything is nothing but that Supreme Being. So I am serving, realization will surely come. And the third one was?
Is that enough to lead one to Thakur and Ma?
Of course, that is enough. That is enough. Whoever will serve the poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed, as God, not out of just seeing and then not like that. Oh, they are gods. I got the opportunity to serve them. And you cannot remove the whole poverty from the face of the world. It is not possible again. So, one or two, whatever within your limit, a person before you, just do that. But with the right attitude, that will be sufficient. You will surely get the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna Ma Sharada.
KAI is referring to stubborn children. What should we, who are ordinary parents, do to grow interest about spirituality in our own children?
So, see that usually everyone comes with his own karma phala. So, because of that. But as a parent, what you should do that, give them the opportunity to understand it. Don't think that they are not accepting it. They are accepting, but as they go to school, they mix with the other friends in the society and in the social media nowadays, they go on teaching something else. So obviously, when you are asking them, they are thinking, oh, in the social media it is nothing like that. In the school we never heard it, and the friends never discuss it. It must be not very important. But you don't give up. Take them to the temple and show them things. Sometimes read out a very good story about the religious life. And by that way, if you are doing, just leave them. When they grow up, when they become mature, they can understand the good and bad, they will accept it. Now you are only showing the seeds. Maybe you don't see the it is becoming, growing up as a tree, but in future it will surely, they will also become religious and they will get the blessings of God. So as a father, you just do that. Thank you.
Last question. Samir Kumar De is asking how one can have the blessings from Almighty, whether praying would bring that result coupled with rendering selfless service for needy ones to bestow peace and happiness.
A very good question, and you have given the answer. This is correct. Swami Vivekananda, he mentioned that first you have to understand what you are doing. Emotion is okay, but without knowledge, without knowing if you are doing, you won't be satisfied. So first you should know the person I am going to serve maybe apparently is a very humble person, but inside him or her, there is that Supreme Lord. Now, that same Lord has made me capable to serve someone or two. Or now, this person he has sent so that I can utilize that. That is the way you are doing. First is knowledge, then the service, and when you are serving, you are not serving the A, B, or C. You are serving the God. So that is the devotion, that is the love. Not for the photo, not for the social media support. You are doing that as a sadhana. So knowledge, then devotion, then action. So obviously that will bring the spiritual result for sure. Thank you, friends. And I really love your questions. Very good questions you are doing. Now, let us chant this mantra and we complete. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram Parameshamidam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.